At precisely 03:15 local time, beneath a moonless sky over the Persian Gulf, an F-35C carrying the call sign, Viper 1, sliced through the darkness in full stealth configuration. The pilot maintained strict radio silence as the jet closed to within 120 nautical miles of Iran's coastline. The objective was OGAB 44, a sprawling $2.5 billion subterranean air complex tunneled deep into granite mountains. Without warning, the radar warning receiver inside the pilot's helmet erupted with alerts. 6 separate hard-lock indications from S-400 Triumph and Bavar-373 fire control systems flared across the display. The world's most advanced stealth fighter had been painted simultaneously. On paper, that scenario was impossible. US cyber operations were supposed to have crippled Iran's early warning grid. Instead, the opposite was unfolding. In less than 90 seconds, as many as 40 Sayyad-4B high-velocity interceptors could be airborne, transforming a billion-dollar aircraft into debris over the Gulf. Yet Tehran had committed a critical oversight. While concentrating on the F-35, Iranian operators failed to notice an aircraft 300 miles away at 45,000 feet, a platform resembling a commercial airliner using the call sign Ghost Rider, quietly preparing to activate a classified capability. That unassuming jet would become the decisive factor in the night's outcome. Iran's confidence was not bluster. OGAB 44 was more than a runway. It was an underground fortress designed to survive bunker-buster strikes, reportedly sheltering upgraded Shahed 136 drones, Su-35 fighters transferred from Russia, and stockpiles of medium-range ballistic missiles poised for launch. 48 hours earlier, US Cyber Command had initiated a sweeping digital offensive, embedding malicious code across segments of Iran's electrical and radar infrastructure. In Washington, and at forward headquarters in Qatar, system indicators suggested Iranian defenses were collapsing. But the cyberstrike had hit a decoy network, a carefully engineered honeypot. The real defensive backbone protecting OGAB 44 was isolated through strict air gapping. Critical S-400 and Bavar-373 batteries were disconnected from national grids and external networks, operating via hardened fiber optic lines buried deep underground. Immune to remote intrusion, they remained fully operational. Iran shifted tactics. Active radars were powered down to avoid anti-radiation missiles. In their place, passive detection arrays and advanced electro-optical sensors hidden along the Zagros peaks monitored air turbulence and faint infrared signatures against the cold night sky. For 20 minutes, Viper 1 was tracked without a single emission, betraying the observers. Only when the F-35 crossed into a pre-planned kill zone did the S-400 radar ignite for the terminal lock. Back at the Combined Air Operations Center, contingency plans were already unfolding. Rather than deploy their strategic wildcard immediately, commanders launched 2 EA-18G Growler squadrons from the deck of the USS Gerald R. Ford. Their ALQ-218 receivers and jamming pods saturated the spectrum, creating a wall of electronic noise. Simultaneously, AGM-88G, AARGM-ER, anti-radiation missiles streaked toward radar sources, homing on emissions. Initial results favored the US lock tones vanished from F-35 displays. Explosions rippled through mountain valleys as missiles struck apparent radar sites. Confidence returned to American command centers. But the silence from Iranian defenses was deliberate. The destroyed emitters were expendable decoys. The real systems, Bavar-373 and Khordad-15 complexes, remained hidden, guided initially by electro-optical tracking rather than radar. When dozens of Sayyad-4B interceptors launched at Mach 6 using inertial coordinates, the Growler's jamming proved irrelevant. Missiles only activated seekers in the final seconds, leaving little reaction time. US aircraft scattered under intense maneuvering, dropping flares and pulling high-G evasive turns. At the same moment, satellite sensors detected activity at OGAB 44's massive blast doors. Iran appeared ready to unleash ballistic missiles and drone swarms while American formations were destabilized. Retreat would expose naval forces. Pressing forward risked catastrophic losses. That was when Ghost Rider entered the arena. The EA-37B Compass Call II derived from the Gulfstream G550E airframe. Unlike the brute force jamming of the Growler, this aircraft specialized in cognitive electronic warfare. Escorted by an RC-135 rivet joint, it targeted not radar beams, but command networks. Although Iran relied on buried fiber optics, signal junctions between underground lines, and mobile launch units, inevitably emitted faint electromagnetic leakage, side-channel radiation. The RC-135's sensitive arrays detected those traces. The EA-37B deployed advanced software capable of injecting deceptive data into those microgaps, subtly corrupting command timing and coordinate streams. Missile batteries began receiving delayed firing cues. Target coordinates drifted by hundreds of meters. The attack did not destroy hardware, it distorted perception. Yet to penetrate effectively, the EA-37B had to close inside 150 miles, well within long-range air defense reach. Slow, non-stealthy, and lightly protected, the aircraft became a conspicuous target. Iran reacted swiftly, launching S-400 PMU-2 interceptors toward the electronic warfare platform. As missiles accelerated at Mach 6, the EA-37B concentrated focused electronic beams at the missile's data links and ground stations, flooding them with contradictory targeting information. In the final moments, the interceptor's onboard seekers detected data conflicts between their own radar returns and ground commands. Fail-safe protocols triggered self-destruct mechanisms. 2 explosions bloomed harmlessly in the sky short of the EA-37B. Within seconds, Iran's integrated air defense network descended into confusion. Launchers received corrupted instructions. Radar synchronization faltered. Most critically, hydraulic controls governing OGAB 44's blast doors glitched under injected faults, freezing half open. Seizing the fleeting opportunity, F-15EX Eagle II aircraft surged in at high speed. Instead of attempting to obliterate the mountain complex outright, they released GBU-72B 5,000-pound penetrators into the jammed doorways and ventilation shaft. The resulting blast collapsed access points, sealing aircraft and drones inside. The base itself survived structurally, but operationally, it was neutralized. The confrontation stopped short of full-scale war. Iran retained significant missile capability elsewhere, yet the strategic signal was unmistakable. Dominance in modern conflict may hinge less on kinetic destruction and more on the ability to manipulate an adversary's digital nervous system. As dawn broke, the EA-37B turned toward Al Udeid Air Base, its mission complete. The skies over the Gulf grew quiet again. The engagement underscored a reality shaping current military doctrine in 2026. Electronic and cognitive warfare, where algorithms compete in milliseconds, can determine outcomes before a single bomb reaches its target.